So today's video is about the value of impermanence. And so impermanence is a value or a principle that I first stumbled upon when I was in high school. In high school, I studied studies of religion, and just because it was out of interest. I didn't go to like a Catholic school or anything. But basically, one of the religions that I did study was Buddhism. And in Buddhism, the principle of impermanence is very important because it teaches people who prescribe to Buddhism that not everything lasts forever. So impermanence is basically the opposite of permanent. So permanent being things that last forever, things that are, a constant. And the reason why I'm talking about impermanence today, and the reason why it's been on my mind recently, is because I think it's a value that powerlifters can start to, think about when it comes to their training. And the way that I've thought about it and the way that I apply impermanence to my training and my powerlifting journey and my career is that not everything is forever. There are going to be highs and there are going to be moments where I hit PRs. There are moments when training is really good. But we all know as powerlifters that isn't forever. At the same token, and on the other side of the coin is basically the fact that there are bad times in powerlifting. There are times when you get injured. There are times when you're not healthy, and there are times when training sessions aren't going the way that you want them to. But that is not permanent either. That's not forever either. And I think by exploring and by understanding the value of impermanence and really applying that to your training, this can help you achieve long-term success in powerlifting. And the way I think it really does that is by processing the fact that your highs will always come down and your lows will always go up. Whatever goes up must come down, right? And I think that that's something that a lot of people could continue to think about, especially if they're going through injuries. Whenever my clients go through injuries, one thing that I like to remind them is that it's not forever. And I think that helps a lot of people really understand that this is just a process. It's just a journey. And it helps remind them that this is all part of the process. Well, as part of the process, there are learnings. There are these injuries that occur or niggles that occur or poor training blocks that occur. And ultimately, while you may not feel like you're progressing, so to speak, there are a lot more learnings that can be made by making mistakes and by going through those negative emotions or negative experiences. And the important thing is that what sets athletes apart from lifters, from just average lifters, what sets the top tier athletes apart from your average athletes is that your top tier athletes don't give up when things get hard. Because I really believe that a lot of top tier athletes understand the value of impermanence, whether or not it's conscious or unconscious. I think that they really understand that it's not forever. They know they can get through this. They know that they'll be able to learn and they'll be able to improve and push past this negative or this downward part of their training. So that way they can get to the positive part of training, towards the upward trend of your progression, of your strength, of your training. So I think that by understanding impermanence and by applying it to your training, not only can you get through, the bad times, the times when training isn't going so well, but you can be a lot more appreciative and a lot more grateful about when things are going really well. A lot of people take that for granted. A lot of people take good training blocks, they take their PRs, they take their progression for granted. And for a lot of people, I'd argue most people in powerlifting, they are progressing in some way or form. Whether or not it's like by the weights on the bar or their technique is progressing or another form or another way of their training is progressing, they take it for granted because they don't they think that's going to be forever. A lot of younger powerlifters think that they're going to continue to linearly progress forever when it's not. So I think that not only can the value of impermanence or applying impermanence to your training get through the negative times of your training, but also help you become more appreciative, more grateful of the fact that not only are you progressing, not only is training good right now, but you actually just have the privilege to train, which is something that I constantly remind myself. The fact that it's such a privilege to actually touch a barbell. It's a privilege to train with calibrated plates. And I hope that by sharing this value, sharing this learning with you, that you also start to understand the value of impermanence in training and understand that not everything is forever, the good and the bad. So, if you did get any value from this quick chat today, please like, please comment. Any questions that you have, subscribe, and yeah, hit the notification icon so that the next time I post a video, um, you will know. So, thank you very much, and hope you have a good one.